A short by Bryanna Medrano. I wake up in a hospital bed, the light above blinding. Frantically, my head turns in search of my dad when I remember why I'm here. We got in a car crash. My dad was driving and I was navigating. It was our annual road trip. We were going from Toronto, Canada, to Los Angeles, California. We spent so long planning that drive. I move to get up when a fiery pain rips its way up my side. I close my eyes and grimace, trying not to make a sound. Ignoring the pain, I shakingly get to my feet and slowly walk to the door. Each step feels like there's glass all over the floor digging into my skin, but I need to find my dad. He's all I have left. When I open the door, there's a haggard-looking woman, slouched over, crying. She looks up at me through her bloodshot eyes and rushes over to me, shooting questions left and right. Are you okay? What happened to you? Where are you going? It goes on for hours. I look at her and with a raspy voice I say, Father, I need to find. She looked at me warily and flagged down a nurse to see where his room was. I drunkenly stumble into his room, fumbling with the hand to open the door. I grip the handle, leaving a bloody handprint as I push the door open. There my dad is laying, unconscious on the bed. Machines coming out of his body. I collapse on the ground with an anguished cry and start to crawl to his bedside. We are beside each other once again. I fell asleep next to my dad, finally feeling at peace with our surroundings. I am rudely awakened once again by a harsh white light. A couple of nurses come into the room. Their silhouettes loom over me. I clutch tighter onto my dad's bed frame. Please don't take me away, I plead in my scratchy voice. Despite this, two of them come and grab my arms and try to get me to my feet. Their gentleness is a stark contrast of what I was expecting. Their hands gentle. I would normally give in and go with them, but they're taking me away from him. I start to resist. A struggle to take dominance happens between me and the two nurses, my strength draining, but I keep fighting to keep in this room. Their kind hands never tightening, but trying to lead me toward the door. With a loud cry, I rip my arms from their hands and hurry back to my dad's side, looking them square in the eye. I hear other nurses mumbling, and some have started to gather at the doorway, ready to jump in if they have to. Do you just want to be in this room, honey? A sweet lady asks. I quickly nod yes, not trusting my voice to carry. They bring in my bed, and I willingly get back in. The sweet nurse helps me get comfortable, making sure my dad never leaves my sight. As I drift into a restful slumber, I think of what happened to get us here. We just crossed into Oregon, going through some drive-thru for some high-quality chow. He got a burger that looked as if it could feed 3 people, and I got some chicken tenders. We find a place along the freeway to pull over. It was a drop-off overlooking a valley of trees. We sit on the roof of the car, admiring the sight as we inhale the food. We finished and then went back on the highway. A couple of hours go by, and we are having a blast singing awful karaoke and dancing to the songs on the radio. We didn't see the semi-truck that stopped in front of us in time. We already hurled into the door of the back, and all I could do was grab my dad's hand and hope he stayed with me. The impact was jarring. It felt like marbles being shaken in a jar. I look over to my dad one more time and squeeze his hand before finally drifting to sleep.